Hi, everybody. I hope you are all keeping really well. Um, I just want to come on here and give you like a few things that I received from the Lord recently. It's quite a few things going on. I got two amazing dreams from my daughter just there the other day, so I want to share them as well. I'll probably do it in another video because I have a few things to share actually. So I saw the video. I just want to give a quick mention to Dana. Is it Dana or Dana Coverstone's video? So that's quite alarming because all of us have been waiting for to know when all these events are really going to kick off. So that's I've been reeling from a bit of alarm with that over the last few days. So it's taken me time to just settle down and just share with you. But I'll share the link. That's a very important video for those who haven't seen it yet. I'll share a link in the description below. I might even, upload it as well at some stage. I might do that as well. But for now, anyway, first of all, I just want to share a few words again. Sometimes I just get words from the Lord. So I'm just going to share you the words first of all. Then I want to actually give you an interpretation of a dream that I had some time ago. And actually, it was my daughter that assisted me to interpret this. And I was amazed that she just had it down. Do you know what I mean? I didn't realize she would. So this was quite interesting. So I wanted just to go through that. I'll tell you that in more detail. And then I want to just tell you something that happened recently as well, which I felt the Lord just gave me a word concerning that. So I'll do that, and then I will have more videos to follow because I don't want the videos to be too long. So here we go. The words that I got were hyperinflation. The next one was counterculture. The next one was anti-vax. So they're the words I received. So next thing, I want to highlight my video called Twilight Zone. I posted it a while ago. Actually, I'll take a note and maybe put the link down below. So have a watch of this video first, because what I want to do is I want to give you an interpretation of that video. So I'm just going to give you the interpretation, just presuming that you have watched it. It's a very important video. I believe it was regarding the shutdown. So basically, when the people were in the airplane, I believe that was the shutdown. So I believe that was our shutdown period. So they were all in this plane and everybody was silent for 10 minutes, it says. So that's just through the period of a shutdown period. So then I describe how I'm seeing things out the plane window. So I see like weird constellations, and I mentioned like a square and a triangle. And immediately my daughter said to me, that's satellites. And so I thought, I immediately realized she was right. That's what it was. It was satellites I was seeing. And I just want to say this, that I believe that the satellites, the 5G, and I felt this in my spirit, that the 5G is the linchpin on the surveillance, the global surveillance that they're going to bring us into, right? So I felt the 5G was the linchpin, and that's why you can see they're not hiding things anymore. I mean, okay, we're getting loads of misinformation videos all over the place, and that's what the enemy's trying to do, is trying to cause confusion. But I can tell you for certain that was the linchpin on the devil, what the devil wants to do. And remember, this is a Luciferian agenda. This is a satanic agenda. So we need to remember that. That needs to be foremost in our minds when we're watching events happening in the world. So anyway, the helicopters, because I saw these helicopters, but they were scribbled in child's drawings, and there was very many of them, right? So Rachel said to me, that's a child's perception of something. So she said, obviously, it's a perception from a child's point of view, and the child is seeing these helicopters. And maybe perhaps there's even some normality to it, the fact that the children have the time to draw these helicopters. And she said this is obviously an indication of hidden danger and the threat of war. Because she mentioned, actually, Rachel, she studies film, And she was saying that one thing that you notice in many films is when there's helicopters flying overhead, it's always an indication of war, that there's war going on. So I thought that was very spot on, you know. Then the gold letterings on the ground, I realized between the two of us discussing, I realized that it's revelations that God is giving to people on the earth, because the lettering was on the ground. People were seeing this gold letters on the ground. So that's what I believe. They're prophecies. They're basically revelations and prophecies and prophetic words that God has been given to the earth for such a time as this, of course. And then as the people left the aeroplane, there was two booms, right? And we thought it was war or something going off, but Rachel said this, and I believe this is absolutely true as well. She says those two booms are seismic shifts. And she said what that indicates is that everything is going to change and there's going to be an irreversible change of power. So I thought, wow, that's incredible. And I totally get a witness about it. I totally believe that is true. And I totally believe right now that my spirit is telling me, because the Lord's told me already, that there's nothing going to be normal again. And we're going to see that very soon. Nothing's going to be normal again. Trust me. That's the Lord. It's really strong emphasis from the Lord. And I know there's other people saying the same thing. So the image that I had there myself, you know, when I was looking at this just now, was you know, like when a woman goes into labor, sometimes the woman, she doesn't, you know, like her waters have to break before the child is birthed, right? So because the baby's encased in waters, and sometimes if the woman doesn't, her waters don't naturally break, then the nurse will have to break her waters for her, right? And so once the waters are broken, that's it, the labor, boom, the intensity of that labor is on, like it's all on, hands on deck then after that, right? And that was the image that I was getting. That was the image I was getting right there, you know, about the sonic booms, you know. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share regarding that, and I hope that helps people, because that was very enlightening to me when I realized that, because I knew that the Twilight Zone video was symbolic. I knew it had a lot of relevant symbolism, and of course then I go in to talk about Obama and everything like that, and we're going to see Obama come. Absolutely, that's going to be happening as well, and the, you know, yeah. So anyway, I'll leave it there. So this is what I want to get on to. On the 14th of June, 2020, I had a dream. No, I hadn't a dream, but I was sleeping, and I woke up in the middle of the night and there was this rumbling. And if people live anywhere near me, they will have heard it too. So there was this rumbling, right? And it woke me up, and it was very, very loud, and it rumbled and rumbled and rumbled and rumbled, right? And then all of a sudden there was this crack of thunder. It was absolutely, honestly, so loud. It was like, it had to have been just above my town, it felt like right above my house. And I actually jumped in the bed. I actually jumped up like that, you know. I just got such a shock and a fright, right? It was so loud and so frightening, like terrifying, absolutely terrifying, you know. And then there was lightning, and it lasted for about half an hour, okay? And it felt to me like the fear of God, like the anger of the Lord. I mean, it felt like that to me, the anger of the Lord. That's all I can say. And it put the fear of God in you. It was like terrifying, right? So anyway, that was fine. And then I went to bed. And as I lay down to sleep, I just suddenly knew something. And I knew this from the Spirit of God. I don't know all the details of it, but I just knew that leaders, political leaders, were making plans to carve up lands and territories. And so I felt it and I sensed it, because God had put it just right then into my heart, into my spirit. And that God was really angry with this plotting. And I released a word about the boundaries, the markers that, you know, and splitting of lands. but I didn't understand it. I've left another video regarding that. So anyway, something is going on with that, and I don't know whether it's they're planning to to segregate all the regions in preparation for the beast system. It's very likely. I think it's very likely that that's what it is, unless something else happens that So we'll see. But God was really angry over it. That's what I sensed. And also on the Saturday night, I had heard a woman's voice talking about dividing land, and it felt to me like Hillary Clinton. So, and that was the Saturday night before this Sunday when this thunder happened and stuff like that. So I think that was connected. When I spoke to my mom in her house had heard it, and my daughter was woken up from the thunder. And when I said it to my daughter, she actually said that was just like the anger of the Lord. That's what she said to me. She said that felt like the anger of the Lord. And I was just like, whoa, that's confirmation. So anyway, that's what I felt. Maybe those of you who are listening, you may know more details about that. If you do please leave comments in the comment section, and I'll definitely have a research of it. What else did I want to say? I'm just thinking. I leave it there, right? I have other things that I need to say anyway, so I'm going to follow up with another video. So God bless you. Speak to you shortly. Bye.